Me, the Immortal. Me embodies the character Ashildr from Doctor Who, a Viking girl granted eternal life through alien intervention. Her card design reflects her unending journey, carrying counters that persist across zones as a metaphor for her immortal memory and growth. As a commander, Me excels through resilience and inevitability, retaining her progress even when removed from the battlefield. The ability to return from the graveyard by discarding cards ensures consistent presence and scaling throughout the game. A counter-focused strategy with Me emphasizes steady growth and adaptability over time. By continually enhancing her abilities through accumulating counters, she becomes a persistent and evolving threat that is difficult for opponents to contain. Combo ideas for Me decks. Combo number 1. Aggravated Assault plus Bear Umbra. Required conditions: 1. Aggravated Assault is on your battlefield. 2. Bear Umbra is on your battlefield. 3. You control an additional creature that does not have summoning sickness. 4. Bear Umbra is attached to that additional creature you control. 5. Opponents are unable to remove the creature where Bear Umbra is attached to. 6. You control lands that can tap to produce at least 3 generic mana, and to red mana. Activating the combo: 1. Declare the creature where Bear Umbra is attached to as an attacker. 2. Bear Umbra triggers, then untap all lands you control. 3. Proceed to your next main phase. 4. Activate Aggravated Assault, then untap all creatures you control, and you get an additional combat and main phase after this one. 5. Repeat. Combo result: infinite combat phases. Combo number 2, All Will Be One, plus the Red Terror. Required conditions: 1. All Will Be One is on your battlefield. 2. The Red Terror is on your battlefield. 3. You have a way to deal damage to an opponent. Activating the combo: 1. Deal damage to an opponent. 2. The Red Terror triggers, then put a +1/+1 counter on itself. 3. All Will Be One triggers, dealing 1 damage to an opponent. 4. Repeat from step 2. Combo results: 1. Infinite +1/+1 counters on the Red Terror. 2. Infinite damage. Combo number 3, Kami of Whispered Hopes, plus Vigean Graftmage. Required conditions: 1. Kami of Whispered Hopes is on your battlefield. 2. Vigean Graftmage is on your battlefield. 3. Kami of Whispered Hopes has at least 2 +1/+1 counters on it. 4. Kami of Whispered Hopes does not have summoning sickness. Activating the combo: 1. Activate Kami of Whispered Hopes by tapping it, adding 3 blue mana. 2. Activate Vigean Graftmage, then untap Kami of Whispered Hopes. 3. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite colored mana. 2. Infinite untap of creatures you control that have a +1/+1 counter on them. Combo number 4. Halana and Alena, partners, plus Sage of Hours. Required conditions: 1. Halana and Alena is on your battlefield. 2. Sage of Hours is on your battlefield. 3. Halana and Alena has power 5 or greater. Activating the combo: 1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Halana and Alena triggers, then put at least 5 +1/+1 counters on Sage of Hours. 2. Activate Sage of Hours by removing all +1/+1 counters from it, then take at least 1 extra turn after this one. 3. Repeat. Combo result: infinite turns. Combo number 5, Fathom Mage, plus Wizard class. Required conditions: 1. Fathom Mage is on your battlefield. 2. Wizard class is on your battlefield. 3. Wizard class is on level 3. 4. You have a way to draw a card. Activating the combo: 1. Draw a card. 2. Wizard class triggers, then put a +1/+1 counter on Fathom Mage. 3. Fathom Mage triggers, then choose to draw a card. 4. Repeat from step 2. Combo results: 1. Infinite card draw. 2. Infinite draw triggers. 3. Near infinite +1/+1 counters on Fathom Mage.
Hi Commander, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. Enjoy!
Non-game changer spells that are commonly found in Mage decks. Slippery Bogbunder. Counter reallocation allows you to transfer accumulated counters from multiple creatures onto me, concentrating power and enhancing her effectiveness as a primary threat. Protection enhancement grants a hexproof counter, ensuring me remains shielded from targeted removal while retaining her progress across zones. Flexible timing. With Flash, it enables strategic plays during opponents' turns, either to protect key creatures or to shift counters for a decisive advantage. Scavenged Brawler. Massive counter injection. When Scavenged Brawler is in your graveyard, you can exile it to place a large boost of +1/+1 counters, and other multiple keyword counters onto me or another key creature, accelerating growth. Keyword enrichment. The flying, vigilance, trample, and lifelink counters improve both offensive and defensive capabilities, turning a key creature into a more versatile threat. Graveyard utility. Since the Immortal retains counters across zones, even if Brawler ends up in the graveyard through sacrifice or board wipes, it still has value by fueling your counter engine later. Forgotten Ancient. Counter accumulation. Forgotten Ancient passively collects +1/+1 counters whenever any player casts a spell, providing a steady reservoir of growth. Flexible redistribution. Each upkeep, you may shift counters from the Forgotten Ancient to any other creature you control, enabling you to concentrate power where it's most effective. Non-targeted movement. Because the counter movement does not target, it avoids many forms of interaction, making it safer to redirect counters in volatile board states. Gift of the Viper. Counter and keyword boost. It places multiple counters, a +1/+1, a reach, and a death touch on a creature, instantly enhancing me's combat profile and versatility. Untap utility. Because it untaps the creature, you can use me again in the same turn, either for blocking or attacking, or even re-trigger any relevant abilities. Low-cost interaction. As an instant speed spell, it allows reactive plays to protect or strengthen me at critical moments. Hardened Scales. Amplified growth. Anytime me or another creature you control would receive +1/+1 counters, Hardened Scales ensures you get one extra counter, accelerating her scaling trajectory. Incremental advantage. Over multiple interactions, the extra counters stack up, making each counter granting effect more potent in aggregate. Redistribution synergy. Because me preserves counters across zones, the added counters provided by Hardened Scales persist even through removal and recasts, compounding long-term value. Agent's Toolkit. Initial counter supply. Agent's Toolkit provides multiple counters right upon entering, giving you a starting pool to distribute to your key creatures. Dynamic counter transfer. As me enters, you can move a counter from Toolkit to her, accelerating her growth in a modular fashion. Card draw option. Sacrificing it for card draw gives you flexibility and replenishes resources once its counters have been distributed. Spectacular Showdown. Adds a powerful counter. It grants a double strike counter to me, enhancing her combat potential by letting her deal both first strike and regular damage. Flexible option. You can choose to target me for focused growth, or use the overload mode to buff multiple creatures if the board state supports it. Tactical Goading. The goad effect forces creatures to attack, which can help push through damage or manipulate combat flow in multiplayer formats. Avian Oddity. Counter on demand. Using Avian Oddity's cycling ability lets you add a flying counter to creature you control, even when you don't want to cast the bird itself. Card filtering plus utility. If you don't need another creature, you can cycle it for card draw while still contributing to your counter plan, making it efficient in lean turns. Evasion. Granting me flying ensures she can bypass ground blockers, allowing her to apply pressure more consistently as she grows through counters. Titanith Rex. Counter via cycling. Cycling Titanith Rex lets you grant a trample counter to target creature you control, enhancing its efficiency in combat. Card draw plus utility. If you don't need the creature itself, you can cycle it for card draw while still contributing to your counter engine. Mid-game flexibility. It offers a tool to pivot, sometimes cast it as a creature, or more often cycle it to support Me's growth, giving you adaptability depending on board state. Tyrite Sanctum. Legendary counter boost. Using Tyrite Sanctum's activated ability, you can place a +1/+1 counter on Me, advancing her growth without needing additional spells. Enhanced Longevity. Granting Me the God subtype also sets up the ability to later give her an indestructible counter, reinforcing her resilience as an enduring threat. Indestructible counter. If Me becomes a god, you can later sacrifice the Sanctum to place an indestructible counter on Me, making her much harder to remove permanently. Post your commander on the comments section below, and we will create a video like this for you. Thank you for watching.